Today I want to show you our grades checklist. This was developed by myself and by Diane Burzens, my colleague over at Cambrian College. And the reason why we developed this was because we wanted to show our students ways to edit their work so that they could become more independent writers. The first thing that they're going to do is run the grammar and spell check, and we're going to be using textHELP Read and Write to do that. After that, with textHELP Read and Write, they're going to listen to each sentence. Subject, verb, agreement. Does it say I is or I am? That kind of thing. Verb tenses. If it's in the past, we want to make sure everything's in the past. Suffixes and prefixes. Do you have your S's? Do you have your EDs, your INGs, etc.? We have missing words. If you can hear those, then you can catch that. And also sentence structures. We want to make sure there's no fragments, no run-ons. And then we check for meaning. Does it say what you want it to say? Okay. After that, then we're going to check for homonyms. Words like to, there. Okay? And at that point, if there's words that they can't correct, then they would just use a highlighter in the word processing program and just highlight the words that they're still not sure are correct. That way they don't forget which words that they're, that they guessed at, that kind of thing. They can then look up that word in a dictionary. They can use the one that comes with the program, or you can go online, use dictionary.com or some online dictionary if you like. Same with a thesaurus. And then a proofreader, so they could have a human at this point. So basically they've done almost all that they can, and then that's when a second set of eyes would have a peek. After that, save and print. So I'm going to take that off the screen for now. If you'd like a copy of this, just send me an email. I'll be happy to send you a copy. So the first thing that we're going to do is run the spell check, and I'm going to use the one with textHELP Read and Write. Click on that. Now here's the sentence, and I can click and play.
The worm dig into the deep earth and lit fire.
Okay, so I need the word deep. Now I can click on these.
Deep.
Or I can click on the right and listen to the definition.
Deep, having a long distance from top to bottom.
Okay, so that's the one I need, so I'm going to change. Okay, earth, there it is, change. Okay, which fly by and landed, so I want the ED, change.
Spell check completed.
Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to read it for subject, verb, agreement, check my verb tenses, etc. And what happens is as the students use this and we laminate it, and then they can use an erasable marker and check it off, if they only need a couple of these, then they'll only concentrate on those. So basically the first time they do it and they're trying to learn it and stuff, when I look at it, then I can say, okay, you need to concentrate on verb tenses, that kind of thing, so that I can help them to hone in on what they have to do. So let's read it.
The worm dig into the deep earth and lit fire.
Okay, so I'm going to say dug, that's past tense, and lit fire. I'm missing words there. Let's try that again.
The worm dug into the deep earth and lit a fire.
Okay, next sentence.
A witch fly by and landed.
Okay, I want past tense, verb tense is here. Flew by and landed. Let's read that again.
A witch flew by and landed.
Good. And one last.
She brewed some tea to drink.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to give it one last read.
The worm dug into the deep earth and lit a fire. A witch flew by and landed. She brewed some tea to drink.
Great. The next step is to check for homonyms. Here's the tool up here. It says sounds like. So I'm going to click on that. Now the words turn blue and they come up here again. I can click and play anything in here. If I was working with a student and I said, do you ever mix up these two words, the and the, and they say, I never use the word the, then I would click always ignore. For this demonstration, I'm not going to do that, so I can keep it sort of in its original format. I'm just going to click ignore. Again, if I had picked always ignore, then this one wouldn't come up. So I'm going to ignore again. Okay, witch. Now I have the two witches. And again, there's no sense clicking here and reading.
Which?
Because they sound the same.
Which?
Which is why they showed up. So what I want to do instead is I can click on the right and hear the definition.
A person, usually a woman, who is believed to have magic powers.
Okay, so that's the one I need, so I'm going to replace. Okay, flew is fine. Let me see, I have other options here, but I'm going to ignore it. Okay, by is correct. She brewed, I want this one here. Replace. Some tea, an amount of something, that's definitely it. Okay, tea is, oh no, I'm not golfing, it's tea for a drink. There we go, replace. To is okay, so I'm going to ignore it. And drink is okay, so I'm going to ignore that. Now another thing students can do is, if at this point they want to change a word, maybe I can only spell which, and originally it was even the which I didn't want, but I have the correct word here. What I can do is I can use the dictionary as a thesaurus. So as I click on it, you can see on the right hand side that it offers me some other suggestions.
Enchantress.
Okay.
Wiccan.
Wiccan. Okay. And again, the other ones, some of them aren't so nice. Hag, crone, that kind of thing. So I don't want to really do that. I think I'm going to go to enchantress. Okay, and I'm going to click replace. And then now I'm going to have to fix this to Anne. So then that's okay, right? So then after this, what I want to do is I want you to notice that the word warm was not picked up by the homonym check. So what I can do on the student's computer is I can go to edit the homonyms. Okay? And I'm going to type the word warm, okay, and search for it. And it says it can't be found. Do you wish to add a new homonym group? I'm going to say yes. So I have the word warm. Okay. Not quite hot. It is warm outside today. Okay. And on the next one, I'm going to have worm, okay, an insect that digs into the ground. The worm ate the earth, period. Okay, I'm going to save it, and it says, are you sure you want to do it? I'm going to say yes, okay, and then okay. Now, so that means the next time I run the homonym check, it should pick up that word. Okay, so I'm going to say ignore, and now I get warm with the definition that I wrote on the right hand side. Okay, so I want this one, a replace, and then I'm just going to close this, and I'm going to hide the rest of my homonyms so that I don't have to check them again. So at this point, the student has done the grammar and spell check. They've read it. They've checked for homonyms. In this case, I didn't have to highlight anything, and I'm pretty good to go. I used my dictionary. I replaced a word. So this is the grades editing checklist.